Welcome back, and before I get to the coloring, I just want everyone to know I'm sorry about the editing and bad quality of my videos, but this is the first time I'm doing something like this. If anybody knows a free way for me to record my videos on the computer with a much better quality, other than Ustream, then please let me know. I'm all ears. As for the audio, there's not much else I can do. I have Audacity, but it's the first time I'm using it, and my voice isn't the most pleasant to listen to, I know. But I'd like to thank anyone and everyone who's continuing to watch the videos, and I hope you enjoy them. Now for the coloring. If anybody wants to color in Photoshop or any other drawing program, I urge everyone to use multiple layers. Trust me, coloring everything in one layer will lead to some bad results. It's also much easier to clean up your images with all the colors being on different layers. So have one layer for each different flat color, one for each color used for shading, and so on with lighting. Pretty much every color for an image needs to have its own layer. If you're using too many layers, then name each one of them so you know which layer to work on. To make things easier, you should also have folders, so that way you can put some different layers into each folder so you know which ones you're wanting to work on, such as Linkara's skin. Every color I use for his skin, his shading and the lighting for it, I put that all into one layer, and I did the same with every article of clothing he's wearing. It's important to get all the flat colors done first to mix and match the colors to however you see fit. Then you can move on to the shading. This way you don't need to backtrack in case one certain color isn't to your liking. I'm not that knowledgeable with Photoshop, so I can't really give you any tricks on how to smooth out the lines or give the images an airbrushed look or anything else fancy like that, sorry. But what you could always do is mess around with the program and check out the different features to test and see what you like. Let me get back to doing skin colors for a sec. A friend of mine tells me that sometimes the skin colors I use have a very grayish skin tone. I don't usually see that because my monitor screen is too bright maybe, and I can't really pick that up. That's why I chose a sort of darker skin color on Linkara, to see if it works better. I usually almost all the time use a light skin color because that's what I'm used to doing. If you see the images in my DeviantArt gallery, most of them have that sort of light color to it, so it might have a grayish skin tone. I'm aware of it because, once again, my screen is too bright, I guess. Another way it goes against me is that sometimes I might have like a messy sketch that I just scan in and it looks clean to me, or if it's not, I would probably clean up a little, erase some parts, but the rest of the image might not appear on my screen just because of the brightness. So I can probably upload it to my DeviantArt gallery, and to other people there's going to be a lot of messy areas just because I can't see it on my screen. So I'm not able to clean up everything that I need to clean up. Speaking of DeviantArt, if anybody wants to check out any of my other works, I'll provide a link in the description box, and I'll also provide links to my previous internet personalities as Toons as well. And speaking of internet personalities, I should give my thoughts on Linkara since this video is about the fan art for him. I'm not sure what much to say about Linkara since I've just recently started watching his videos, mostly just some of the latest ones he's put out on the site, thatguywiththeglasses.com. I started watching him since his countdown videos, and I've watched his playthrough of the Star Trek Voyager Elite Force game. He does a review show for comic books called Atop the Fourth Wall. It's a show where he just rips apart bad comic books in all their miserable glory. At first I didn't think I would enjoy his show just because I don't read American comic books. I usually just read mangas, but it grew on me really fast. Linkara is very knowledgeable of comic book story arcs, paneling, etc. He's got a great costume, or wardrobe, whichever one you call it. He's very funny, he has a catchy theme song, and a great voice. One of the things that can keep me watching somebody on the internet is a good voice. His voice is loud enough for me to hear him clearly without me needing to raise my speakers so I can pick up any of the words. I just can understand him immediately. I always hate it when someone speaks too low and I can't really hear what they're saying, even if I raise the volume on my speakers. And what could be worse is if they speak way low and they cut to a song that's really loud just because I have my speakers raised up too high. That's really annoying. Going back to Linkara in his recent videos, he's doing some kind of subplot where an evil robot version of himself has appeared and has some kind of evil plot to do away with him. Just this week he did a crossover interview with Spoonie where they reviewed several bad superhero games. Spoonie was dead in Linkara's room and an evil Green Lantern's ring appeared and brought him back as a zombie Green Lantern. Linkara brings him to life with the Phoenix Down, hooray for Final Fantasy references, and the Black Ring reveals these games for them to review. At the end of the review, Linkara tells Spoonie that a clone of himself has taken over his shell when he died, so Spoonie takes the Black Rain and heads off to destroy the clone. That's when the evil Linkara robot kills Spoonie and brings him back as a zombie Spoonie again. That's where the episode cuts off on an interesting cliffhanger, and I can't wait to see the story arc continue. I really don't have that much else to say about Linkara, but to thank him for his fun and entertaining videos, and I look forward to more of his reviews. I'll leave you off with some music for the rest of the video and see you in the next vid. Enjoy.
Thank you.